My name is Wendy, and today I've partnered up with CBC Life to bring you my dollar store Halloween costume challenge. With everything that you see here, I'm gonna try to make 3 costumes. Let's go! The first step with this costume is to bring the flowers together into one big bouquet. Cut a strip of material from the tablecloth to use as a makeshift ribbon for tying it up. I cut out 2 long strips of metal from the tin lid and then curled them so they could both fit around the head. I then cut up another big chunk of the lid into little strips and then bent them around the corner of a table to turn them into beveled strips. I put in some big blobs of hot glue and then lay down a coffee stir stick to help make it sturdy. I glued these on the inside of the curled strip in varying heights and patterns. With a bunch of pipe cleaners, I made a circular shape that could fit around my head, and then I hot glued it to the inside of the band to help turn it into a crown. That second curved piece got glued to the inside of the crown, and then on the front I also added this semicircle and then tons of rhinestones. To finish off this costume, I cut another strip of material from the tablecloth to make a long white ribbon, and then I also cut that rhinestone mesh down to make 2 skinny strips that I could glue to the 2 sides of the ribbon. I added the words Miss Universe to the sash. You're probably guessing that this is a Miss Universe costume, but you would be wrong. This costume is actually the person who crowns Miss Universe. It's kind of an interactive costume. If you're at a Halloween party, bring all of these props in your hand and be ready at any moment's notice to crown the next Miss Universe. Give her the flower, give her the sash, give her that crown. And then, if you find out that you accidentally crowned the wrong one, just take it all away and say sorry. Just be warned, they might get emotional because it's a really, really big event. With this costume, we're going to start with those felt insoles. I popped open the face paint and then painted on some white with a little bit of pink in the midsection and then some black speckles at the top. Add some glue, fold it in half, and then cut a little slit at the bottom. This is going to help open it up so that we can attach it to a headband. With 2 pipe cleaners, I wrapped them so that they could be in headband shape, and then I glued on the felt insoles to turn them into bunny ears. I took that orange mat, curled it up into a cone shape, and glued it down so that it could be my carrot. Steal a couple of leaves from the bouquet and you can turn that into a completed carrot with leaves. But this is much more than a bunny costume. The next step is I'm going to take the black mat and cut out a front and back body piece, 2 strips to go over your shoulders, 3 medium-sized rectangles, and then 1 long strip, which I'll show you what to do with later. I was feeling a bit extra, so I decided to add darts to the front body piece so that it could actually stand up and fit the chest better. I added a strip of hot glue to the top side of the dart, then brought it together with the bottom and put on some duct tape, and that helped to keep the whole thing secure. Yes, this is kind of extra, but bam! Look how much more legit this looks now that it can fit your chest. I attached the front to the back along the shoulders first, so I added those 2 strips to the front, and then I attached the other end of them to the back and secured with duct tape. I secured one of the sides with the whole glue gun duct tape thing, and then on the remaining side I added Velcro strips so that I could get in and out of this top. With those various sized rectangles, I put down a strip of glue and turned them into cylinders. I cut that long strip of black into 3 little strips, and then glued down 3 little cutouts from that tin lid to turn them into buttons. On the other side of the button, they need Velcro, as well on the cylinders they need Velcro, so now you can bring them together. And on the back side of the cylinders, I glued down the straps so that they were glued at the very top, and then glued once more at the very end of the strap. The gap between the top glue and the bottom glue helps it to make sure that your belt can slide through this belt hole. With 1 pair of the socks, I cut off the ribbing that was at the top, and I also cut off the part of the foot that's after the heel. I cut a little slit into the heel to fit my thumb through and then used 2 strips of duct tape to make stripes. I cut out these 2 trapezoids from the black material and then added 2 tin trapezoids, and on the back I hot glued 2 little strips, but I slid in that ribbed cuff that we cut off of those socks inside so that I could wrap that around my knee and turn them into kneecaps. Put it all together with a blue button-up shirt and jeans, and now you are Officer Judy Hopps from Zootopia! Officer Hopps uses her carrot as a voice recorder, so make sure you have your carrot on hand all the time, and she faced a couple of challenges in this world. She was the first bunny to join the police force in Zootopia, but she didn't let that hold her back from solving one of the city's biggest mysteries. With the tissue paper, I separated every single layer, folded them in half, and then crinkled them up along the top edge so that I could gather them a little. Taking a yellow piece of string, I tied it to a bobby pin to help turn it into something that could be threaded through fabric. The sheer panels both had a loop along the bottom edge, so I pushed that string through both of those loops and then brought it back around once more to create one continuous circle. On one of the panels, which would serve as the back, I also slid a string through the top loop, and on the other panel I cut a little slit in the midsection and then put the string through the loop going in from the sides and coming out the middle. When you wear it, the string goes over your neck, and then those two ends go around your body and tie in the front. I bring up the other end of this sheer panel contraption and tie that to the back. With that continuous loop that we created with the string, this is going to serve as the waist, so I shimmied it all the way up until I got to the waist, then pulled on the strings to tighten everything and tied those two loose ends together. With the 3 packs of tissue that I crinkled, I started gluing them in straight lines along the skirt and worked my way around and up. With the remaining crinkled tissue paper, I opened them up, laid down some more string down the middle, and then put on a strip of glue, folded over the tissue paper so that now the string was locked inside the tissue paper. I gathered a bunch of tissue papers along a string and tied that around my shoulders to make a shoulder piece. So I put on the dress, put on this shoulder decor, added a baseball bat, and this gets us Beyonce from her Hold Up music video, about to go smash some cars in some fire hydrants, 'cause she angry! Hey, I just wanted to pop in here at the end and wish you a very happy Halloween if you are celebrating Halloween. And also thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Wendy, and if you want to see more of the videos I make on YouTube, you can look up Withwendy. I typically actually don't do costume tutorials. Ironically, the thing that I didn't get to use in this video is the thing that I use the most, which is my sewing machine, because I make sewing tutorials on YouTube. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll get to see all the things that I sew over there. And if you subscribe to CBC Life, then you'll get to see what I make with them next. Hope you all enjoyed this dollar store Halloween costume challenge. Let me know which one was your favorite, and I'll see you next time. But only if you subscribe. Bye.